Bitcoin right now is breaking from the uptrend we have been seeing since the beginning of September. We have seen a very beautiful bounce in the Bitcoin price, but right now we are breaking this uptrend. Is this just a small pullback, or are we going to see a further correction? That will be the topic of today's video. And I can tell you already right now, guys, I think most likely most people are not expecting what is happening right here, and I have evidence for that too. And we might definitely not be out of the woods yet for bullish continuation, because Bitcoin most likely needs a further correction, and I'm going to show you exactly why that's the case. First of all, I shared also over on Twitter and in the email update today that Bitcoin was actually looking for a correction. Why? Because we can see on the Willporter Pro charts that the selling pressure was increasing, momentum indicators were showing divergences, and the sentiment has been extremely positive over the past days. And this is a typical picture where you can see that the bounce is getting exhausted and that eventually this is rolling over. So this is definitely not the only signal that we have right here, but definitely the clearest data picture that just basically tells us that Bitcoin still could go up, but this data picture doesn't provide us with a good risk to reward ratio for opening long positions. That's the exact reason why I've opened a short over on Apex, the decentralized exchange from Bybit. If you want to join Apex, make sure to do so with the affiliate link down below. It's the best decentralized exchange that there is, and you can access this from restricted countries like the Netherlands, the United Kingdom, or the United States. We entered at 65,800. I had a little bit more orders at 66,000, which were not being triggered, obviously. But yeah, we have a trade in right here, which is right now slightly in the profit, and I'm intending to keep this open also to hedge my bigger portfolio of crypto that I'm holding. But yeah, let's go to some other signals that we are seeing. And first of all, we can have a look at the daily cycles for Bitcoin. That's something that I've also said in my previous video. So these green arrows right here are the 60-day cycle lows. And what you can see is every time from this arrow, we get a nice bounce until the resistance right here. And then we just come back down to the support again, right? That would be Bitcoin going back to 53,000 US dollars. I don't know if we are going to reach these levels, but the data profile for now, the data picture for now is definitely showing us that we at least going to see a little bit more downside before we are going to see upside. So I want to see that data profile first changing before becoming more positive. I want to see people become a little bit bearish. I want to see people become a little bit more pessimistic. And I want to see a complete reset on these momentum indicators. So I want this one to go back into the red, maybe go slightly back up, as you can see right here. And let me get rid of the sentiment. As you can see, we just have the buying and selling pressure heat maps, and we can put the sentiment index below. So what we can see right here, let's have a look at let's go to the 2-hour time frame. So what we can see right here is that the sentiment during this period when Bitcoin was going up has just been very high during these days, right? It has not been coming down like it was when Bitcoin was showing this low. So actually exactly at this low, we were saying that most likely Bitcoin will go up, and we are going to see a bottom in the price due to the fact that we are seeing the complete opposite picture of what we are seeing right now. So right now we have selling pressure, bearish divergences, positive sentiment, and back then we had bullish divergences, negative sentiment, and buying pressure instead of selling pressure. So that's exactly the opposite data profile than what we are seeing right now. We can already see that the selling pressure slightly decreases when Bitcoin coming down. I have to say that is a positive note from this video. But another chart that I want to share with you is this one, which I also shared in my previous video. That is the stablecoin dominance, and this is actually looking a little bit tricky. What I also think we could see a further correction with Bitcoin is we have this channel right here. I would say right now we are still seeing higher highs and we are still seeing higher lows. So right now I also said that if we were to break down, I would be extremely bullish on Bitcoin and crypto in general, definitely. And I thought that was the case because we had an uptrend right here, and this thing is breaking down from this uptrend, and it looks way better when you have a straight line right here. You have a clear support, and that one is breaking down. So I still hope this is going to happen, but right now when we look at this reaction, it doesn't really look like it wants to break down. It's just like going back down and then coming back up, back above that white line. And that is something we have seen right here as well. You know, surfing that white line, going down and then going up and then go to the resistance. Something similar right here. And maybe we are going to see something similar right here, which means that everyone is talking about October and Bitcoin right now starting the latest phase of the bull market, which still is possible. Yeah, so we are going to have a look at Bitcoin, how this correction could look. But this is definitely an important chart to watch, because this chart will tell us what's going to happen with Bitcoin. And right now, this chart is telling us this is bullish, which is not so good for Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is showing us a break of this uptrend, which is bearish. And the data picture on Will Portal is not yet reset, right? So it's still pointing to a bigger correction. So now let's go to the next part of this video. How can this look in the price? Well, if we take the 60-day cycle, let's have a look at the date range. Where can we find the date range? Is that probably right here? Yeah, we got the low right here. We go 60 days. The next 60 days will be early November, the 5th of November, right? So a couple of things that can happen with Bitcoin is the following. So we can go, maybe we go down right here. We have a mid-cycle correction. Maybe we go to the middle of the channel to 60,000 US dollars. That is also a pretty decent support line. Then we are going to go for a rally. Things are reset right here, and the sentiment's becoming more bearish. And then we go for a rally, we break out, and we get the next 60-day cycle low as a breakout out of this formation. To me, that would be extremely bullish. This would be let's say the bullish, the number one. That is an ugly one, but this is the number one scenario. Let's say it like that, the more bullish scenario. I would definitely lean more towards this scenario. And if so, then you really want to catch a long position in the middle of the cycle, right? That would be very beautiful to catch a long position if we come to the middle of that channel. Another scenario would be that Bitcoin is going to duplicate what it has been doing like for the past half a year, almost since March this year. Just has been going sideways in this declining channel. So if we would do something similar, we would just go slow, have a slow bleed, as you can see right here. Yeah, this was a little bit a faster bleed with a bounce, but still coming back to the support. Bitcoin coming down, and we are going to see a red October, and then maybe have a low at the 5th of November at the low of this range at 52,000 US dollars. That's more than a 10,000 US dollar drop. And then hopefully from there, we are going to, catch up. Maybe it goes quicker, and then we can see Bitcoin starting the next rally and hopefully finally break out of this flag formation that we have been in. So far, we have not been breaking out yet of this flag formation. So this would definitely be the second scenario that I'm watching. And of course, the worst case scenario, which I think would have the least likely to happen, is that we really eventually going to break down, and that we have already seen the top in the Bitcoin price. I don't think that's the case. I still think Bitcoin is very bullish. Like I said, many altcoins are breaking out. So although this is a possibility we have to consider as traders, right? We cannot just take look the other direction. Something we definitely need to consider. It's definitely on the lower part of the priority list in terms of probabilities. Guys, another thing that I quickly want to mention is the videos that I posted over the past couple of days are extremely valuable, and I see most of them just don't get that much views. So for example, this one, the take buy sell ratio explained in 9 minutes. This is a free indicator over on willporter.com. You just need to create an account with your email, but it's basically a free indicator which can tell you whether traders experience FOMO or panic. This is a very good video as well. It's explaining the order book heat maps in 10 minutes. So it only take you 10 minutes, and it will talk about basically heat maps in terms of order book, not liquidation heat maps. This is also a very great video. Apex Omni, the best alternative for Bybit. I personally think it is, as of now, the best alternative for Bybit. I'm using the Apex protocol. I'm using both exchanges, Apex Pro and Apex Omni. Apex Pro is mainly using a USDC as collateral, and Apex Omni is mainly using US dollar Theta as collateral. Guys, if you want to join Apex, make sure to do so with the affiliate link down below in the description. And similar to Bybit, you get right now a deposit bonus on Apex up to 30,000 US dollars. Guys, if you like this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up. And yeah, I wish every single one of you a beautiful day today. And I hope to see every single one of you in the next video. Bye bye.